Hi, and welcome back to Andrew Gamero Coaching and NoPainAllGain.ca. Today, we're talking about fibromyalgia, and it's not in your head. So yes, it's not in your head. And if your physician claims that it is, it's time for you to find a new physician. The problem with chronic illnesses like fibromyalgia is that there are no tests for it, and there is no known cure for it yet. This leads a lot of physicians to test you for absolutely everything else, and when everything else comes up negative, then they might reluctantly tell you that you've got fibromyalgia, if they're willing to diagnose you with that at all. I actually had a physician refuse to diagnose me with fibromyalgia because there was no known cure. And that's absolutely ridiculous because, as far as we know, cancer has no known cure either, and yet they still give out those diagnoses quite frequently. And then they'll give you radiation or chemo options, and those aren't 100% effective either. I know lots of friends and family who have unfortunately gone those routes and still ended up with a secondary cancer that there was nothing they could do about. The good news is that despite what your physician may be telling you about FM, there are effective ways to reduce your pain when you have fibromyalgia and live a very, very productive life. So here are my top 5 tips for how you can reduce your pain and go after your dreams again. So here are my top 5 tips to get your FM under control. Find a good physician, you have a healthy diet, exercise, sleep, and work on your positive mindset. So let's start with finding a good physician. Now this one should go without saying, but it's really hard to actually find a physician who will diagnose you with chronic illness or fibromyalgia. So in my process, and this has been going on since I was in my 20s, I started with chronic fatigue, and then, which was the one that my doctor refused to diagnose me with because there was no cure. And then I had to go through an alternative therapy route in order to get my health back because I got no help from the Western medical system. And then in my 40s, after I got my chronic fatigue under control, I went through about 15-20 years where I was really, really functional and great. And then I ended up with fibromyalgia, and that really wiped me out. But I actually had one physician that would just put me through test after test after test for other things. I mean, my internal inflammation markers were through the roof, so they knew something was going on, but they couldn't figure out what it was because things like lupus, MS, those markers, when they tested directly for that, it wasn't showing up there yet, but there was definitely huge inflammation going on in my body, and they knew I had a chronic illness of some kind. They just didn't know which one it was. So he was a specialist, and so he decided to go the route of testing me on medication after medication. And so I'd go on a certain medication for 6 weeks to 2 months, and to see if anything changed. If nothing changed, okay, well, we'll take you off of that and let's put you onto something else. And I think I went on to my 3rd medication and then was like, you know what, this is no way to live because the medications they were putting me on, every medication, every pharmaceutical does have side effects. And so the side effects that I was getting from being on that medication were just nasty. And so I'm like, you know what, this is not a way for me to be diagnosed with FM. But by that time, they had ruled out lupus, they ruled out Lyme disease, and they had ruled out MS. So even by that criteria, fibromyalgia, I had every single one of the symptoms and then some. And so it was pretty obvious to them at that point that that's what I had. So try to find a physician that is willing to at least help you get the diagnosis, do the paperwork necessary for you if you need to take some short-term disability to get things under control, long-term disability if you can't get it under control, and then hopefully they will be able to help you find some therapies or go through some chronic illness programs to help you reduce your pain and inflammation and get you back on track. Another important thing to do with your physicians is don't take no for an answer. If your physician doesn't want to help, refuses to help, just is telling you it's in your head or there's nothing you can do, go and find someone who will. There research, if there's doctors or specialists in your areas that do deal with chronic illness, there's lots of forums and online groups that you can start, and get in contact with people that are in these groups. Lots of social media groups that have people that are totally dedicated to fibromyalgia and chronic illness, and so they can reach out to them, and I'm sure they will be happy to refer you to the doctors or the specialists that they may be seeing that can maybe recommend somebody in your area. But don't take no for an answer, because fibromyalgia is definitely real. You can get help, and I would be happy to help you as well. That's one thing I do, is that I specialize in fibromyalgia and chronic illness, so I can help get you on track to reduce your symptoms and start to thrive in life again. So the next thing is a healthy diet. Now, one of the things that really, really helped me get well was getting on to it was an anti-inflammatory diet through the Mid-Missionary Program. I'm certified in that program. I took the course. I have my certificate in that. So I can help you get a hold of their book. We can work through their cookbook. It's a wonderful plan. I will put links in below. And it will show you, it has total meal plans, breakfast, lunch, dinner for, you can do it for 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. Plus, there's lots of additional recipes in the book as well for you to experiment with. But I was amazed. As part of the certification program, you had to actually go on this diet for the 6 weeks that you were taking the course, so that you could see firsthand the effects it had. Within 7 days, my inflammation was down, so my pain was down exponentially. I learned about diet, exercise, water. Water is so incredibly important, because what happens is that when you don't have enough water in your body, our body's about 70-80% water, and so you need it for your bloodstream, your brain function. Every part of your body needs water. If you're not drinking enough, that's 8 8-ounce glasses of water per day. More if you're exercising a lot, or live in a very hot climate, then you're technically dehydrated. And so what your body does naturally is it will pull water from places that don't need it as much as others, like your bloodstream and your brain. So what that does is it takes it from your joints and your muscles. And so that's when you start feeling pain and discomfort in your muscles and in your joints, is because the moisture's been pulled out of there to where it's needed more in your body. So if you start feeling pain, put a crystal of natural sea salt or pink Himalayan salt under your tongue. It helps if you get the more rock, the bigger size, not the fine grain, but the bigger grain. Put one of those under your tongue. Drink a glass of water. Within an hour, drink another glass of water, and then you will start to feel your pain decrease as the water gets redistributed into your joints and muscles. Don't overdrink water. Drink 1 glass per hour. Even if you've been out for a long time and you've gone for a run, drink 1 glass of water, wait, and then drink another. You can actually die from too much water, and that's like drinking five bottles of water at once, because your body, how it works is that water gets into your cell. It needs salt and the water to get into your cells and for your cells to be able to distribute it and use it properly. If you drink too much water, your cells don't know what to do with it, and it can cause problems. You can end up in hospital. It is a fact. So water is very important, but 1 glass of water per hour, and no coffee, juice, pop, that does not count. It has to be water. So any of those other things, those are additional to the glasses of water that you drink. So having a very healthy diet is really, really important. Know your triggers. So you can get tested for food sensitivities or allergies. And it's really important to know those things. Just a minute, I'm going to have my water right now. There you go. My throat thanks you. Okay, so the food triggers, those have a huge effect on creating the inflammation in your body. So for me, it's grains, wheats, oats, corn. I can't have dairy, and I can't do any artificial sugar supplements. Even the stevia, that stuff is from a plant that is, the stevia leaf is a very close relative to, oh goodness, of course it's going to leave my mind, but weeds that can cause allergies. And so people, if you find that you're allergic to certain weeds in your garden, then the stevia plant, you may be allergic to that as well. For me, it causes a huge gastrointestinal pain and migraines. So if you've been using stevia and you find that you're getting migraines or belly aches, get off the stevia. It may be a natural sugar, but it has been linked to migraines and stomach problems. So yeah, if you need help with this, reach out to me and I'll be happy to start you on the program, and we can work through it and get you healthy again. So in order for you to have optimum health, you need to have a healthy gut. And there's been a lot of studies done recently that have realized that a healthy gut removes the inflammation. And so some of the foods that you will need to remove from your diet include your intake of sugars, oils, wheat, corn, rice, genetically modified foods, your artificial sweeteners, meats, dairy product, fried foods, carbohydrates, glutamate, preservatives. These are all things that can cause major problems. I do have an article about managing FM flare-ups. I can link that below as well, and so that you can take a look at that. The book that I highly recommend is the Autoimmune Plant-Based Cookbook, Recipes to Decrease Pain, Optimize Health, and Maximize Your Quality of Life, which was created by the Med Missionary Programs, which I was discussing before. I'll leave links to that below so you can grab yourself a copy. It's available on Amazon now, which is really, really helpful, or from their actual, the Med Missionary store. So I'll leave those links below so you can get access to that. Another really important thing to do is exercise. Now, I know this seems counterintuitive because when you've got fibromyalgia, chronic illness, the last thing you want to do is exercise. You've got pain, you hurt all the time. Most of the time, you don't even want to move. But exercise is so incredibly important for you, especially with fibromyalgia. You have to keep moving your muscles or they will atrophy and the pain will be even worse. If I don't use my exercise routine with 2 days in a row, I will be in agony, and it will affect me when I sleep because my muscles will start to be more tense and hard. I'll get sore spots, so I'm constantly flipping and moving. So exercise is incredibly important. I will link my exercise videos below. These are the exercise programs that I use, my FM exercise routine. I have them in beginner, intermediate, and advanced. They're all basically the same exercises. Some have been modified for more difficulty as you get into the medium and advanced, and it's basically increasing your repetitions of them that moves you up to the advanced level. They are low impact, no jumping, nothing that is going to jar the joints or hurt. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is build up our flexibility and our strength training so that we can have strong, healthy bodies. Walking, great way to exercise. Swimming, another really, really good one. Ballet, and yoga, ballet, Pilates. Those are all really nice. You can ride a bike, works well too. You just want something that's easy and is not going to be jarring or risk injury by falling, because as you know, balance is a huge issue when you have fibromyalgia, and you don't want to be falling a lot. It causes you don't want to break anything either, and so we want to make sure we're doing an exercise program that gives us strength so our bodies can recover better from falls, and also not get as badly injured when we fall. The next big thing is sleep. If you don't have sleep, your body can't repair itself through the night. That is what your body is programmed to do, is to repair itself, its damaged cells, everything it replenishes itself while you sleep. So if you're not sleeping a good 8 to 10 hours a night, your health is going to decrease automatically. And whether you have FM or not, or any chronic illness or that, it doesn't, even perfectly healthy people, you start depriving them of sleep and they are going to get sick. That's why sleep deprivation is a form of torture. It's used worldwide and it's very effective. So the first thing you need to do is start getting some sleep. And I know with FM, it's this really nasty cycle that you can't get sleep at night because you hurt. And then in the morning, you feel horrible. You hurt all day. You don't want to exercise because you didn't get enough sleep. And then boom, you're just rotating this cycle. So the first thing, break the cycle and get some sleep. So how I get sleep when I'm in pain, and one of the really great ways is magnesium spray. Magnesium helps your muscles relax so you can sleep and decreases the pain. So you can take magnesium pills at night. I have difficulty swallowing the pills at night. Plus, if I have fluids after 8 o'clock at night, I'm going to be up going to the bathroom all night, again disrupting the sleep. So instead of magnesium pills at night, I will we'll use the magnesium spray. If you use it in combination with castor oil helps works. See, when it soaks into your body, it gets deep into the muscle. So if you put the magnesium spray with it, or any other essential oil with it, it's going to pull that deeper into your muscles and into your body, and it has proven to have really great effects. So you just put your castor oil on first, spray with the magnesium, massage that in as well, and that really helps. Another thing that helps is having a hot bath with Epsom salts in it, because that is a magnesium derivative, and so that will also help relax your muscles so you can get a good sleep and start getting into get a good circadian rhythm going and get the sleep you need so you can be productive in the day and reduce your pain, get your water consumption up to where it needs to be, and healthier foods that will help get the inflammation out of your body, and you will be amazed at how much your body, the pain will go away. When I'm on my diet, my exercise, when I'm doing everything, by the time I was finished the 6 weeks of being on the anti-inflammatory diet through the Med Missionary program, my pain was gone, my energy was back, my brain fog had left the building. And for those of you that are going through this, it sounds too good to be true, but I'm living proof it can happen. And so getting onto that program, plus with the getting the inflammation down, that also helps you lose weight. So I also lost weight during that program as well. So the benefits of that program are immense. So it's highly recommended that you get onto that, or maybe or if that one is too much for you to try, maybe a Mediterranean diet, but get onto a healthy diet, lots of water, so you can get the inflammation out of your body. The next big thing is positive mindset. Now, first I want to say, FM is not in your head. Okay, it's not. I have to emphasize that. FM is real. It's not in your head. Every time I start talking about having a positive mindset, that you can change with the neuroplasticity that our brains have, that you can change your physical outcome, I get a pushback from people saying, oh, you're saying that FM is all in my head and I just have to be happy and it'll go away. And that's not what I'm saying at all. FM is real, okay? But having a positive mindset is going to help you deal with your flare-ups better, help you stay on track, and help you, like if you stumble with your sleep schedule, or you slip in your diet, or you miss an exercise routine, you're going to be able to get back on track. Having a positive mindset means not beating yourself up, but saying, you know what, okay, I might have slipped up, but I am going to get right back on track tomorrow. And to know that when you have the healthy diet, you're drinking lots of water, you're exercising, that your health is going to improve. So it's like, you know what, I am going to get better. I can reduce my pain. This is just a momentary situation and I will get back on track. It's totally possible. And that is what the benefit of having a positive mindset can do for you. There have been lots of studies with cancer patients that those with a positive mindset and those with a negative mindset, their outcomes are completely different. So keeping a positive mindset and working towards improving what you can will take you so far in removing your pain and thriving in life. Now, I mentioned before something called neurodiversity, and it's something that God hardwired into our brains, and it has to do with all the synapses that go into your brain. So if you repeat a negative thought over and over and over, that groove in your brain is going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. And what that does is it makes it stronger so that it's going to become your automatic thought. Thoughts like, I'm an idiot, or I should have known better, I should have known I couldn't do that. Those are all negative thoughts that the more you think them, the deeper it gets, and that's going to be the first thought that comes up as soon as things go south. So, but the great thing about neuroplasticity is that the opposite is true as well, is that our synapses, if you believe positive things and repeat them over and over and over, those are going to get deeper and deeper and deeper until they take over the negative thoughts. And now the negative thoughts will still pop up from time to time, but you will have, if you have a positive thought that you can counter that negative one with, you can start removing that negative thought completely. And that's going to help your brain, because with our subconscious, it doesn't know the difference between a truth and a lie. What you repeat more often, your subconscious is going to start believing, and it's going to start bringing up more proof of that, and it's going to allow, if those negative thoughts and those negative images are the things you're looking at all the time, those are the ones that your subconscious are going to start giving you. So you, by countering those with positive thoughts that are a better fit for what you want to accomplish in life, you can start removing those. And in that process, your subconscious is going to start providing you with more proof in your life. It's going to give you more confidence. It's going to give you the positive thoughts to say to your boss or to say to someone close to you that's really going to change their world as well. And so you can start changing even simplest things like, I can't lose weight. You can start replacing that with, I can lose weight when I make healthy food choices and I exercise, when I get my sleep, when I drink enough water. You can start replacing that negative thought about your weight. And so the more you replace it with the positive one, you're going to start making healthier food choices. You're going to choose to exercise instead of not. You're going to drink more water. You're going to actually start craving the water. You're going to start craving the healthy foods. You're going to see that donut and go, you know what, I don't need that. It's going to be too much work to get off. I'm going to go for something healthier instead. And that is going to give you better health overall. So that's how you can use the neuroplasticity to change your reality and start making healthier choices, choosing to read a book instead of scroll on Instagram or whatever it may be. But you can really change your life with using the positive mindset and the neurodiversity that your brain has, that you can change your outcome. I have actually removed the brain fog and helped heal my brain from concussions by using the neurodiversity and by using positive affirmations about how my brain is healing itself, how my memory is improving. And within 30 days of doing this every night, as I journal and throughout the day, as negative thoughts come in and the brain fog starts to sit in, I start repeating the positive affirmations that the brain fog is no longer an issue, that my brain is getting stronger and it's healing itself, and it does. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me and would be happy to tell you more about neurodiversity. I also have a course that I'm offering on that. So if you're really ready to get rid of the brain fog and improve your memory and start to be able to change the narrative of your life, I will leave my 30-day neurodiversity challenge in the in the comments below so you can get a hold of that today and start working on changing how your brain works and improving your health in the process. So in conclusion, it's not in your head. Chronic illness, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, they are absolutely 100% real. But the good news is that it can be fixed. Your symptoms can be improved. You can thrive again in life. All you need is a good support system, a healthy diet, exercise, a positive mindset, and a good sleep at night, and you'll be well on your way to decreasing your pain, getting the inflammation out of your body, so you can thrive and have a very abundant life. So if any of this sounds good to you, or you know of someone that could benefit from this, please reach out to me at andrea@nopainallgain.ca. We can set up an appointment and discuss if working together would be a good fit for both of us, and then we can get started on improving your health today. So thank you so much for joining me. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here, and I am so very thankful for that. So if you would like to help me out, something you could do is to like, subscribe, share this video with someone else. It'll tell YouTube that this is good information that more people should see. And that's absolutely free to you, but will help me immensely in getting this message out there. It just so saddens me how many people with FM and chronic illness feel that their lives are over and they're going to be in chronic pain for the rest of their lives. And it doesn't have to be that way. It can change. It just requires consistent effort and the willingness to try something new. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Did you know that one-on-one coaching is a great way to improve your health and your whole life experience? That's what I do. I am a health and lifestyle coach that help people break through the things that are holding them back in life. I happen to specialize in chronic illness and fibromyalgia, and I have just been certified as a neurodiversity coach. So I can also help those that have been diagnosed with autism, ADHD, a high HPI, which is high potential individual, or disorders like dyslexia, dyspraxia, dyscalculia. I can help those people find ways to better integrate within their life and just thrive with all the giftedness they've been given and work through the challenges that they're facing right now. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, please reach out to me at andrea@nopainallgain.ca, and I'll be happy to help set up an appointment with you to see if working together would be a good fit. And then we can start working on breaking through all these things that have been challenging you so that you can thrive in your life. I've also just written a book with tips about how to deal with chronic illness and fibromyalgia. I will leave a link below. That book is available on Amazon. So if you or someone you know could benefit from that, grab a copy and start improving your life today. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time.